So have you had sex with anyone famous?
I have, yeah. I'm not even sure if I should be saying this, but I mean, I have nothing bad to say about him personally. It's just his reputation in the media probably isn't the best. Yeah, probably isn't the best. Benjamin Mendy, the Manchester City football player.
Yeah, well, he just come out of his jail.
Yeah, I mean, he was messaging me in jail and obviously pleading his innocence, and I personally have nothing bad to say about him. I mean, I have a crazy story
How
with
old
him.
were you?
This was 2 years ago. So what am I now, 23, 22? So I think I was 20 years old, so maybe 3 years ago now.
So what happened?
So I met this Swiss guy out in Marbella and he took my number down. We did some OnlyFans content. He messaged me when I got back home and he was like, do you want to go and see a footballer in Manchester? At the time, I was like, yeah, fuck it, why not? A bit of an interesting thing to do. So I was like, what's his name? He wouldn't tell me his name. He was like, here's his number. You can talk to him. He might tell you his name. He might not tell you his name. Eventually he said his name was Benjamin Mendy. And yeah, I was like, cool, come down. He sent his driver to come pick me up. When I got there at his address, I called him. I was like, I'm here. Can you let me in? He was like, I'm not there. I'm at a friend's party right now. Tell the driver this address and get him to drop you there. But don't say that you know me. My friend's going to come out. You're going to be introduced to each other and say that you're his friend. I thought this is a bit fucking weird. Anyway, got there. The friend comes out. He's like, hi, you all right? I'm like, yeah, fine. What the fuck is going on? He was like, it's Riyad Mahrez's Eid party. Riyad Mahrez, the guy who plays for City as well.
Algerian football.
Yeah, like, I don't know who these people are. So I have no idea whose house I'm rocking up to. I have no idea like what situation I'm coming into. I don't watch football. So I got inside. His whole family is there. There's kids, his wife, everybody. All my friends afterwards, they were like, Mahrez, you were at Mahrez's house. I was like, I don't know who Mahrez is. Anyway, got in there. Mendy's in there. They're all drunk. Bearing in mind it's an Eid party, I'm a bit confused by like the layout and the setup.
It's an Eid party?
Yeah, Eid. So it's a Muslim celebration.
Oh, yeah.
Eid.
Eid, yeah.
And what was the ratio? Was it like guys to girls?
Oh, it was family. So there was a lot of kids. There was like middle-aged. It was his whole family. It was Mahrez's family, his wife, the really beautiful blonde girl.
Well, and Ali Rose just rocked up.
Honestly, the most bizarre thing in the world, right? I was literally not dressed for a family gathering whatsoever. I wasn't even dressed. Like pretty sure I was in leggings and a top. Like I looked so out of place. It was so awkward. The family must have been looking at me like, what the fuck are you doing here? Like, and I had to say that I was here friends with the friend, not Mendy. So eventually Mendy takes me away and he starts speaking to me and I'm like, hi, like nice to finally fucking speak to you. He's like, I'm really sorry that this is the situation. I'm like, did you not know that you were going to be at this party before you invited me down on this day? He obviously did, but people who make that money and play football, they don't give a shit. Like, you're nothing to them. Like, you are just there to serve them. At the time, it didn't really dawn on me that I was just there to like serve him. But when he grabbed me, took me into Mahrez's toilet, started fucking me, I was like, oh, okay, I know what I'm here for then. Like,
did you not get paid?
No, listen, wait till I get to the end, because the guy who set me up, the Swiss guy, he definitely got paid for me, and I never got paid anything whatsoever.
So you went to this guy's house?
So I was pimped out by this Swiss guy pretty much to go and see Ben Mendy just because I was an eager young girl. Listen, and I'm not saying there was anything wrong with it because I was so keen. I was so there for it. I was bent over this thing like, yeah, fucking do me. There was nothing untoward about the situation, but you know, that happened. Then I had to stand with the family, sit at the dinner table, drink with everybody. And like, they were asking me like, who are you? And I was sat there like, I honestly don't even know what to fucking say. Like, I was like, I'm just friends with so-and-so. Eventually we ended up going back to his. So the guy who I was told to pretend I was friends with was his like manager or something like that. Don't remember his name. Really nice guy, but yeah, we got back and super quickly he turned it into like some massive orgy, got the NOS canisters out. He was like filming all his friends while he was fucking me up the arse. Like, I was enjoying myself, don't get me wrong. I was drunk. I was very much party to it, but it was a very strange experience, like very strange. And then when we went to bed, he carried on cracking the balloons. And I'm thinking, you're a football player. Like, the fuck? Anyway, keeps cracking the balloons. We fall asleep eventually. And yeah, I wake up in the morning. He's like moving around his room, like can't tell what he's doing. And yeah, I kind of put my head back down, fall asleep. He disappears, doesn't come back up to the room. So I call him, doesn't pick up the phone. Call the friend, picks up the phone. He's like, oh, I'm really, really sorry. Mendy didn't realise he had football training today. And I went, what do you mean he didn't realise? He's like, yeah, he's on a plane to Ireland right now. He didn't realise he had training. I was like, so what am I going to do in your house then? Like, what am I saying? He was like, if you need any food, go down and ask the chef. I thought, I'm not going to go and ask someone to go and like make me food in someone else's house. I said, just get me the driver to take me home. So the driver comes, takes me home. Nothing else was ever said about it. He never messaged me again, apart from, you know, thanks for coming. Until, obviously, my mum calls me, I think it was probably a whole year later when the allegation surfaced of him, you know, raping 6 girls, apparently. And my mum called me. She's like, that guy? She was like, that guy you went to see, did he rape you? And I went, no. Like, what are you on about? I was like, no, he didn't rape me. And yeah, so she didn't believe me. No one believed me that he didn't rape me because of the allegations that come out. But I stood strong. I was like, no, he didn't. Like, nothing happened. On God, nothing happened. I was completely here for it. I was enjoying myself. And yeah, again, after the allegations came out, I got a random message. I think it was a year ago now. Then the messages are deleted by the time I woke up in the morning. And I looked at the profile picture and it was a guy covering his face with a scarf. But there was some kind of French in, you know, like there's a WhatsApp bio underneath. It was French. And I didn't think anything of it at the time. And then I sent a message back. I went, who is this? Like, I can't see what the messages are. He's like, didn't think you'd want to know. And then he went 18 May 2020 in French, M-A-I. And I went, is this Ben Mendy? He was like, yeah. He was like, I didn't think you'd want to talk to me. You're the only woman I trust. Do you want to see me again? And I went, no. I was like, you're still like in the media having raped 6 people. He was then acquitted, a few months ago? But it's not something you want, it's not someone you want to mix with, you know? Because what if those girls are telling the truth? And maybe I just don't define what they defined as rape because I maybe enjoy that kind of thing.
So you wanted to see you again?
Yeah, he still messages me now to this day. The last message being like a month ago.
Saying?
Come to France, come to Paris.
And?
There's not any kind of money that would make me bother though. There's nothing in it for me, you know? There's no... Even if there was financial gain, I don't want it. I don't need it. I've had my story with him. It's not something that you want to boast about, really.
Do you not think it's quite bad that he took you straight away into a toilet?
Yeah, of course I do. Yeah, of course I do. But I could have said no. I could have gone, no, what are you doing?
No, I'm not saying that it was like assault or anything.
No.
But is that not a bad way to, you know, introduce yourself to someone?
Absolutely. And I think his personality was questionable, yeah.
And then afterwards he was filming you.
Yeah, he was FaceTiming all his friends while he was fucking me up the arse. And while his manager had his fucking cock in my mouth.
But you got spit roasted by the footballer and the manager.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then he was FaceTiming everyone, like all his Muslim friends. And I'm thinking, you're all Muslim. Like, this is fucked up. Like, but obviously I can't speak on the religion and how seriously they take their religion, so that's not a valid point in the situation, but it's still a bit of a strange thing to do. It's like you think you have ownership of that person that you can just... No,
I think it is a very prevalent point that you're Muslim, you just finished Eid, and
that's what I found was so weird.
Celebrating Eid with doing that.
That's what I found so weird about it. The fact that it was an Eid party that I turned up to, a celebration of Eid, you know, the end of, I believe it's fasting, isn't it?
Well, there are 2 Eids, yes, it depends.
Yeah, well, I believe this one was the end of fasting, so... Yeah, I mean, it seemed a bit crazy in that context that he was getting drunk and doing nos balloons.
You know when you said you were with Riyad, Mahrez, and his family.
Respectable.
Did they know who you were?
No, but they must have. They must have had a strange sense about who I was, because I was a young girl, completely out of place, not northern, number one. Like, no one's ever seen me or met me before, and I just turn up out of nowhere. Like, that's weird. That's going to look weird. And I say I know the manager, but then they started asking me questions about him.
So do you think Riyad Mahrez knew who you were?
Yeah, I think so, because I think personally the men in Mendy's life would have known what he was like, and I think they would have known what I was there for. Mm-hmm. I think it's one of those things, you think that it's not a regular occurrence, but what I was doing with Mendy is he probably calls another girl every single day to do that, you know. If he's in Ireland, he'll call an Irish girl, you know.
Well, this guy probably